Incredible flavours, even better stories. One pour, 10 minutes. Aussie bourbon lovers sharing bourbon with Australia.
Oh yeah, still a good one. Still a good pop. Nice.
No worries. What are we drinking, Dave?
What a great question. I don't easily want to give away the best looking bourbon bottle award, but this one definitely has to be in contention for the best looking bourbon bottle. This is a Freeland Spirits straight bourbon whiskey from Portland, Oregon. And if you haven't seen the bottle before, check out the podcast artwork, or if you're watching us on YouTube, you're going to be able to see that there. So Freeland Spirits in Portland,
teardrop.
Oregon. Yeah. Really
cool.
Really cool. And my goodness gracious me, what a cool bourbon and cool story. Cheers.
Cheers. Well, you just confirmed that, just in case some people were mistaken and think that bourbon only can come from Kentucky.
Oh, my goodness. I feel like that one dude Ryan's like rolling around in his sleep, just hearing you say that. So, yes, you're right.
It doesn't just come from Kentucky?
Doesn't just come from Kentucky.
From Portland.
Correct. And isn't just distilled by dudes, because Freeland is a women-owned, women-distilled distillery in Portland. And ask me how I came across this one, H.
How did you come across this one? It'll be, hold on, let me answer it for you. A work trip?
I was on a work trip. We were filming it in Portland, Kentucky, Portland, Oregon. And I do that thing I always do, where I go...
Pick the prettiest bottle?
What? No. I go, I'm on a work trip, and what can I do? What should I be doing? And I should be visiting a distillery is what I should be doing. And so... kind of came across it because I didn't know much about them before that, and then went out to the distillery and we did a flight of their whiskies, and they have a few in their lineup. They'd also do gins and I think maybe vodkas as well, but they do some amazing work and really cool story. So Freeland Spirits is actually named after one of the founders' grandmothers, Meemore Freeland, who was kind of like all about living off the land, and so it's all natural spirits, and kind of they speak a lot about the power of, women and what women can do and all that kind of stuff, and it's really cool.
Yeah. And I learnt a very fun scientific fact, and also answers the question of why I'm really good at blind flights, or better than you at blind flights.
It could be how incompetent I am, but go on.
No. That apparently women have more taste buds than men.
Well, go on, have a taste of this and tell me what flavours you're getting if you want to get on the...
I don't know about my nose. I don't know about whether my nose is bigger.
I'm not going to make any comments. It's a straight bourbon whiskey, so at least 51% corn. I actually don't know the mash bill on this one. I just read, and I just don't know if it's the same of this release as it is of the newer releases that they're doing, that it spends some time in a Pinot cask, maybe at the end. It might be just part of their finishing technique. I don't think this one has been, because it's called a straight bourbon whiskey, so I don't think this one has been. This one's cask strength, 57.18% alcohol, and these bottles are 750 mils. But my goodness, whenever we empty that, it's going to become a decanter of some description, because it's just so pretty. My goodness. Isn't it?
It is. I love it. I love that it just stands out as like just a different shaped bottle.
But the bourbon was given 94 points by the... Oh, I'm going to get the name wrong now. I'm getting the name wrong. But it puts it on their website.
Getting misinformation. That doesn't sound like us at all.
I was just reading it a second ago. There we go. 94 points by Wine Spectator, which puts them in the top 11 bourbons in the world, that's an amazing stat. So if you haven't tried it, get your hands on some. So delicious. Yeah. And if you don't like drinking it, leave it on your shelf because it looks so cool. Yeah, but if you don't like drinking it, you've got rocks in your head. Yeah, exactly. But we've spent some time in Portland, Oregon.
It's very cool. It's very arty.
Yes.
Excuse me. Arty and very chill. I love Portland.
Yeah. And it's also home to the Multnomah Whiskey Library, which is another place that I visited on that same trip. Oh. Because we talk about what chill proper.
Yes.
What have been another one? Probably the same day, actually.
Distillery.
It must have been the same day. I was only in Portland for one day, so it must have been...
I think you knocked over a few in one day.
Yeah, make it sound like it was a bad thing. It wasn't a bad thing.
No,
I was having a great
You've got spare time on a work trip.
Definitely. Spare time, obviously, in between important business meetings.
But if you're in Portland, try this one because it's delicious.
What must the people think about what I do for work when you heckle like this?
You know I like to heckle.
Okay.
It's mostly heckle.
The Malt Name and Whiskey Library was one of the places that the Watch Hill Proper guys went to work out how they should set up Watch Hill Proper.
Oh, there you go. There's something I learnt tonight.
And when you go to Portland, Oregon, my goodness, everyone needs to book some tickets to the States to try out Freeland Spirits in Portland and then go to the Malt Name and Whiskey Library. Try to go early and say, I want to try to get in upstairs because it's a members-only club, like a whiskey. You have to be a member to be, but they do have spare spots. And so if you go, they'll let you upstairs if there's
like
enough room.
walk-ins.
Yeah, and so we did that, and we had a great time.
Oh,
and I think
fun.
we were allowed to stay for 2 hours. So it was great, really good fun,
I want to go there next time I'm in Portland.
and extremely Instagrammable wall of whiskey that you sit in front of.
How, like, compared to Watch Hill Proper, or
I don't want to say it's better, but I think it's better. No, because they're
you said it, Dave?
well, but they're also, it's not just bourbon. They're all over the world, those ones.
Bit of everything.
Scotches and Japanese and Irish whiskies, and I'm sure they've got some Aussie whiskies in there as well, but it's not just bourbon. And it's a long wall. Big ladder.
Oh,
The
fun.
bar
I
kind of
always
wraps
love the
around
ladder.
it.
When you order a drink and they have to go up the ladder to get it. It's a good feeling.
What are you getting on the palate for this one?
It's like it's cinnamon is the wrong word, but I can get some like nice spices. I feel like I'm having I felt like I want to have it with a hot cross bun.
Oh, that's nice. I was
Yeah.
going to say orange peel, which is kind of that. It's kind of in a similar vein.
Yeah, I was actually thinking like the hot cross buns you get that have apple in them, like the
Wow.
fruity.
Yeah.
But maybe orange peel is a better. But no, I'm definitely getting that fruity, cinnamony, nice. It's really delicious.
And I think that it's one of these great bourbon expressions where, and this one is the cask strength one, but you get that lovely warmth from the spirit, but that kind of, you're left with this lovely, desserty sweetness.
Flavour, yeah. And
Kind
I
of covering
find
the
that
mouth.
it changes. Like, leave a long time in between the sips because you, get that sweetness first and then it goes to the back of your throat and it's like, I don't know. It really, I've just had like a nice warm hot cross bun.
We often talk about what it's like to visit a distillery, and you weren't here with me on this one.
No, so tell me what it was like, Dave.
Yeah, it was good. It was really cool. So it's almost like a little bit like just visiting a brewery. You know, when there's kind of like bench tables outside, and the weather was pretty good. So we sat outside and did a flight, and then I think had a cocktail or something like this. I can't remember. But then afterwards, particularly when I'm on trips like this for work, you can go in and get a bottle, and then you can get some merch. Do you know what merch I brought you back?
Yeah, I've got a really nice white T-shirt with the logo that's on the bottle.
Yeah.
See, you were just testing my memory,
Super
weren't you?
good, super good merch. When you've got a really cool design, which the Freeland kind of design is so cool.
Yeah.
So it makes it
run
really
by
cool
women,
fashion. 'Cause
Dave.
you wear
See?
an impressive amount of
Commenting on my
bourbon.
clothes now.
I don't know. Maybe we should wrap this one up now before I get in any more trouble.
You're going to say
You wear so much good bourbon merch, and
Because for whatever reason, they make them out of this really nice feeling fabric.
for some reason,
Yeah.
maybe to sell them.
Maybe, but they are comfortable to wear.
Yeah.
They make them out of good fabric. I've got quite a few different ones that it's all about most of them, it's all about what they feel like.
What other distilleries have you been to that are not in Kentucky where there's been a distillery, that we've visited a distillery?
New York?
Yeah, what distilleries were we at there?
We were at,
We're going to have trouble doing this.
what?
Fort Hamilton?
Yeah, we went to Fort Hamilton and then we went to Kings
County?
County and
And
there
then
was one.
Great something. What was the Great one? That was cool.
Oh, the one we went to
On
the bar.
Fifth Avenue, yeah.
Yeah, that was really cool. See, there are lots of great distilleries outside.
And then I've been to a cool one on Treasure Island in San Francisco
Another
as
work
well.
trip.
Oh, it was a work trip.
Yes, it was. See,
It was a weekend. It was a
This is
Saturday.
why
It
I
wasn't during
heckle,
business
because
hours.
It's funny because it's true.
I think you do what you love for work, don't you?
That's right.
Isn't that part of it?
And then you drink some bourbon in between times.
I'm trying to think about what my next work trip is and how I can wedge a trip to a distillery in there.
Well, it needs to be someone new and fabulous that we need bourbon topping. on
Maybe
top.
I'll hit up that one to Ryan and see where there's a good saturation of distilleries outside of Kentucky that I can go for work.
But we're going to go back to Kentucky.
Of course we go back to Kentucky. Yep. We're already planning our trip to the Kentucky Bourbon Festival. We don't stop talking about this, do we? Sorry, it's just a perpetual thing, but we're planning it already.
Yeah, we are planning it. We've got to start planning our bottles that we're going to bring back.
Correct.
So that we can then do podcasts on them for next year.
But,
so if you've got any like recommendations that you want us to try,
sure,
let us know, and maybe we'll bring a bottle back.
Okay. But it's fair to say that there's some delicious bourbon being made outside Kentucky, so get around it.
Let's go back to Portland.
Okay, let's do that. Cheers.
Thanks for listening. Make sure you're connected with us on TikTok, Instagram and YouTube, and stay connected with us by clicking subscribe on your favourite podcast app.